You want the best for your car? You already watch our tutorials.
So the best place for the best deal is to buy from the Mr. Auto app. Easy, fast, and with better prices than on the website.
You will find the bulk tie rod ends used in the video exclusively on the Mr. Auto website and through the link in the description. Turn your engine off and pull up the handbrake. Loosen the stud bolts on the front wheels. To change the tie rod end on your vehicle, you'll need to remove the wheels to gain full access to the steering system. Lift the front of the vehicle. Place the vehicle on the axle stands. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial, raising your vehicle safely before carrying out this step. Don't forget to slide the wheels under the vehicle. You can now see the outer tie rod end. As the components to be removed are very often seized up, don't hesitate to brush and to use penetrating oil to facilitate the operation. With a marker, trace a line between the axle joint and the tie rod end. It will help later during disassembly and reassembly process. Using a 24mm spanner, release the tie rod end lock nut on the inner tie rod side. The lock nut is there to prevent any rotation of the two parts towards each other, which could have an impact on the alignment of your vehicle. Brush the tie rod end retaining nut and spray with degreaser. Now, using a socket wrench and a 15mm socket, release the holding lock nut on the tie rod. If you don't have a ball joint puller, take a hammer and hit the lock nut hard just at the end of the threading. The ball joint should move away from the pivot. Only tap on the tie rod end pivot if you're changing the tie rod end, otherwise you risk damaging the threading. Paying close attention to the point of reference, unscrew the tie rod end, counting the number of turns necessary to extract the tie rod end. This will allow you to find an approximate setting when reassembling. For greater accuracy, we advise you to measure the distance between the lock nut and the end of the tie rod ball joint using a caliper. In any case, an alignment check will have to be carried out by a professional after performing this operation. Remove the lock nut from the axle joint.
Okay, guys, if we can share this video with you and help you save a lot of money, is also thanks to our partner, Mr. Auto. So, if you want to support us and buy the part for this operation, visit their website. Okay, back to work.
You will find the bulk parts and products used in the video on the Mr. Auto site and in the link in the description. Take the new tie rod end and unscrew the lock nut supplied with it. Remove the plastic protection. Screw the lock nut back until the distance measured with a caliper is reached. Put the tie rod end back in place until it touches the lock nut. Apply silicone grease to the flat part that will be in contact with the tie rod sleeve. Replace the ball joint in the pivot. Assemble the lock nut supplied with the new part and tighten it using a socket wrench and a 17mm socket. Finish off the tightening with a torque wrench. Finalize the tightening of the lock nut using a 22mm spanner while holding the tie rod end using a 90mm spanner to avoid damaging the tie rod end. Now you can put the wheels back on your vehicle. During this operation, it will work on the steering system of your vehicle. Checks on tire alignment, when carried out by a professional, will guarantee that your steering system has been perfectly aligned and is in good working order. Put your vehicle back on the ground and fix the wheels in place properly. Operation completed.
Hi, it's Theo from UseTool. I hope this video has helped you a lot in your car maintenance. We would be super grateful if you could spread the word so that we can produce even more tutorials. Simply give us a like, a comment, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us boost the channel and help the whole community. Thanks a lot and have a great one.